Welcome back, everyone, to F1 Blogs. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating partnerships in Formula One history.
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes.
absolutely.
Their journey together has come to an end after 12 incredible seasons.
Yeah, it really has. And I think the sheer scale of Mercedes' farewell to Hamilton speaks volumes about the impact that he's had on the team.
I mean, the fireworks,
Oh, yeah.
a send-off from the entire workforce,
It's amazing.
a multi-country tour.
Crazy.
I mean, it was like saying goodbye to royalty.
It was.
But all this talk about Hamilton's legacy, gets me thinking about another iconic driver-team duo,
Oh, yeah.
Michael Schumacher and Ferrari.
For sure.
And what's so fascinating is that both partnerships achieved that seemingly impossible feat.
Right.
7 world championships.
Unbelievable.
But there's a key difference.
Okay.
Schumacher joined Ferrari, already a 2-time world champion,
Yeah.
from his Benetton days,
From Benetton.
while Hamilton had just 1 title from McLaren when he joined Mercedes.
That's a great point.
So does that make Hamilton's achievements with Mercedes even more impressive?
It begs the question, doesn't it?
I think so.
I mean, he essentially built his legacy from the ground up with this team.
Yeah, like someone who inherited a fortune versus building your empire from scratch.
Exactly.
So how do these two titans actually go about building their dynasties?
Well, let's start by looking at their championship timelines.
Okay.
Schumacher took 4 years to clinch his first championship with Ferrari,
Okay.
whereas Hamilton achieved that feat in his second year with Mercedes.
Wow, that's a striking difference.
It is.
But I mean, it's fair to say the 2014 rule changes, which ushered in the hybrid era, played a massive role in shaping both of their careers, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like a reset button for the entire sport.
Absolutely. A seismic shift in Formula One
Yeah.
created a level playing field for both drivers and teams,
Yeah.
allowing them to redefine themselves.
So that's where the intrigue begins.
Yeah.
2 drivers at different stages of their careers, both impacted by this technological revolution.
Absolutely.
So when you compare their stats side by side,
Sure.
do the raw numbers tell the whole story, or is there something more to uncover?
Well, on the surface, Hamilton has the edge with more total championships.
Okay.
However, Schumacher boasts a slightly higher win percentage.
Interesting.
So while Hamilton might have more titles, Schumacher was arguably more consistently victorious on race day.
Okay, but as with everything in Formula One,
Right.
there's always a deeper layer to consider.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to bring up the Rosberg factor?
I am.
I mean, we can't ignore the fact that Hamilton had a teammate who actually managed to win a championship
Yes.
during their time together.
It's true.
Unlike Schumacher,
Very different situation.
Nico Rosberg's 2016 championship win
Yeah.
throws a fascinating wrench into the comparison.
Absolutely.
So would Hamilton have already surpassed Schumacher's 7 titles, if not for Rosberg?
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does. That what if.
Yeah.
Something we'll be exploring throughout this deep dive.
Well, we will.
It's amazing how a single teammate can have such a significant impact on a driver's legacy.
Huge.
But before we get too deep into the Rosberg rivalry,
Yeah.
let's break down the numbers first and see what these stats really tell us about these 2 Formula One legends.
Let's do it. All right, so let's jump into these numbers.
Okay.
For clarity,
Yeah.
alongside the Drivers' Championship, which we've been discussing,
Right.
there's also the Constructors' Championship,
Yeah.
which goes to the team with the most points.
Okay.
So it really highlights the collective effort beyond just the driver.
So not just individual brilliance,
Right.
but how the entire team performs.
Exactly. So
Right.
focusing on the Drivers' Championship,
Yeah.
Hamilton secured an incredible 6 titles during his time with the Silver Arrows.
Wow.
And in the same period, Mercedes clinched a staggering 8 Constructors' Championships.
That's big.
Yeah, that's a testament to their utter dominance in this era of Formula One.
Mind-blowing. But how does that compare
Yeah.
to Schumacher and Ferrari?
So Schumacher's stats are impressive in their own right.
Okay.
He brought 5 Drivers' Championships and 6 Constructors' Championships to Ferrari during his reign.
Okay, so both partnerships achieved remarkable success.
Right.
But the sheer number of championships Hamilton and Mercedes secured together really sets them apart.
It does.
Yeah.
But you have to remember,
Yeah.
Schumacher participated in fewer races overall
Okay.
compared to Hamilton.
Right.
Schumacher raced in 180 Grand Prix with Ferrari, while Hamilton competed in 246 with Mercedes.
Wow.
So while their win percentages might be close, the sheer volume of races Hamilton won paints a different picture.
Yeah, like comparing apples and oranges.
Exactly. You can't just look at percentages
Yeah.
without considering the context of their careers.
So what other numbers kind of jump out at you?
Well, let's talk pole positions.
Okay.
Hamilton secured an unbelievable 78 pole positions with Mercedes.
Wow.
Surpassing Schumacher's 58 with Ferrari.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, this suggests that Hamilton had a distinct edge when it came to raw speed and maximizing the car's performance during qualifying.
It's interesting how those numbers hint at different driving styles.
Yeah.
Like Hamilton's strength lay in outright pace.
Okay.
Whereas Schumacher was known for his racecraft and tire management.
That's an insightful observation, and, it's further supported.
Yeah.
When we look at their fastest lap percentages, Schumacher recorded a fastest lap in nearly a third of his races, with Ferrari a staggering 29%.
Okay.
On the other hand, Hamilton achieved a 22% fastest lap rate with Mercedes.
Interesting.
So while Hamilton has more total fastest laps, Schumacher was more consistently setting the pace on race day.
Okay, so each had their strengths.
Right.
But I feel like to kind of shift our focus to consistency over an entire race weekend, wouldn't podium finishes give us a better picture?
You're absolutely right. I mean, looking at podium finishes gives us a more holistic view of their performance over the entire race weekend. Hamilton achieved an incredible 153 podiums with Mercedes.
Wow.
A 62% podium rate.
So he was on the podium for almost 2/3
pretty much
of his races with Mercedes.
Yeah, it's incredible consistency.
That's insane.
But Schumacher edges him out slightly with a 64% podium rate.
Okay.
With Ferrari achieving 116 podium finishes in his 180 races.
Okay, so while Hamilton might have more podiums overall, Schumacher was slightly more consistent.
Yeah.
Picking the top 3, it's fascinating how these subtle differences in their statistics.
I know, it's interesting, right?
Reveal different aspects of their driving styles and approaches to racing.
Exactly. And, it highlights why comparing these two legends isn't about definitively declaring one better than the other.
Right.
It's about appreciating the nuances of their achievements and understanding how each of them in their own unique way shaped the sport we know and love.
It reminds us that while numbers tell a part of the story,
for sure,
they don't always capture the complete picture.
Yeah.
There's a human element to racing.
Absolutely.
That statistics can sometimes overlook. Yeah, it's like comparing two masterpieces.
Yeah.
Both are incredible works of art.
Right.
But they achieve their brilliance through different techniques and styles.
A perfect analogy. But speaking of different approaches, let's not forget about the Rosberg factor we touched upon earlier.
Right.
Having a teammate like Nico Rosberg, who was capable of challenging him for the championship, undoubtedly impacted Hamilton's journey.
Their rivalry was legendary.
Oh, yeah.
And it pushed both drivers to their absolute limits.
For sure.
You could cut the tension with a knife during their time as teammates.
Absolutely.
Do you think that constant internal competition ultimately cost Hamilton a championship or two?
It's definitely a possibility. Imagine you're Hamilton in 2016.
Right.
Locked in a fierce battle with your teammate, both of you pushing each other to the brink. I mean, the pressure must have been immense.
Oh, yeah.
Rosberg's 2016 title win wasn't just about his skill.
Right.
It was also about the unique dynamic of their rivalry. It's a testament to the unpredictable nature of Formula One.
It is.
Even the most dominant partnerships can face unexpected challenges.
Absolutely. It adds another layer of complexity to our comparison.
It does.
What would Hamilton's legacy look like if Rosberg hadn't been in the picture?
It's the million-dollar question.
Would he have surpassed Schumacher's 7 titles even sooner?
We can only speculate.
Right.
But what we can say for certain is that both Hamilton and Schumacher redefined their respective teams.
For sure.
Creating legacies that will forever be etched in the annals of Formula One.
They weren't just drivers. They were architects of success.
Absolutely.
They pushed the boundaries of performance, inspired their teams, and ultimately changed the face of the sport.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Their dedication, their unwavering pursuit of excellence, their ability to adapt to the constantly evolving world of Formula One.
Yeah.
These are the qualities that set them apart. And as fans, we're incredibly fortunate to have witnessed 2 such remarkable eras of motorsport dominance.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Hamilton-Mercedes legacy, what's the key takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the most important takeaway is this. We've been incredibly lucky to witness 2 of the greatest drivers in history, each partnering with iconic teams to achieve unprecedented levels of success.
Absolutely.
While the numbers are fascinating, and spark endless debate.
For sure.
It's important to remember that both partnerships represent the pinnacle of motorsport achievement.
Beautifully said. It's been a fascinating journey exploring the stats, the stories, and the impact of this iconic duo.
Yeah, it really has.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Hamilton-Mercedes legacy. We hope this has given you a new perspective on their place in Formula One history. And remember to subscribe to F1 Blogs for more insightful deep dives like this one.